Most people hear the word cancer, whether they're medical professionals or lay people, the first reaction is fear.
I hit the wall, but I did what I had to.
It doesn't necessarily always mean the death sentence that people are so worried about.
I am now, I've learned to fly. I have to want to leave the ground.
Standing outside this one canal house in model town Lahore, nothing seems amiss. Little does anyone know about the ordeal the inhabitants of this house have gone through. 17 years ago, Mrs. Rubina Said was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, a kind of cancer. She successfully underwent treatment, only to find out 16 years later that she once again had cancer. This time it was breast cancer.
It came all of a sudden. The news was like a thunderbolt, totally unexpected.
Initial shock is a little tough, obviously. A bit of maybe understatement. It is difficult to deal with because no matter what we say, we are never prepared for it.
She underwent surgery and then chemotherapy. Those were dark days as she felt fate was playing tricks on her. For the second time, she was diagnosed with a disease that is thought to be synonymous to a death sentence.
But then slowly, I guess, God gives you the strength to deal with it, and you manage somehow. And once you get going, then you realize that then you're so involved in it that suddenly at some points you feel fine. Actually, like everything else, after the second chemo, I realized that how Allah ne body di hui hai hame, even zahar ki bhi aadat ho jati.
The illness of a cancer patient casts a shadow on all household members' lives, even the domestic employees.
हम तो सारे डर गए थे। फिर हमने रात को दुआ की और सुबह में पता चला कि बीबी ठीक ठाक है। तो इसलिए फिर हम जितने रात को मायूस थे, इतने सुबह को हम खुश हो गए।
It is not in an individual problem. It's a family venture. And each one has to play their part. Otherwise, it doesn't, it's no fun.
But her zest for life is truly inspirational, as having embraced the disease, she fought it with all the positivity she could muster.
Now when I think back, hindsight, I feel there was a reason for this. There was some reason. There were so many things, all my life I wanted to do it. But then suddenly I realized that time is so precious. We just can't afford to waste anymore.
Realizing the true value of time has also helped her view everything in the right perspective.
Now I go to this big man, I still had my hair. He said, maybe I'm a bit superstitious. I've chosen something for you. I'll send it to you. But I just want to tell you, whether you have hair or no hair, there should be a smile.
Cancer is a terrifying, life-threatening disease. And the career of a cancer patient is pretty well mapped out in advance. But the best thing to do is focus on health instead of illness by letting attitude triumph over circumstance. Because no matter what happens, if life hands out lemons, squeeze out a smile. For Express 24/7, this is Hira Khan.